This week on Canada in the Rough, Paul Beasley ventures north for a pre-rut deer hunt with Border Country Outfitters in Northwestern Ontario. Paul will also get out for some fast-paced grouse hunting. This week on Canada in the Rough.
Well, we're on our way back north again. We've been passing a lot of trucks with trailers and ATVs and stuff that are clearly heading home from moose hunting. We've even seen a few that are heading north again because this time of year, most guys are still thinking moose. But I've actually got deer on the brain right now, and I'm heading up to a great area of Emo, Ontario. Now, it might sound familiar because Kevin hunted here last year. Keith hunted here, I think it was the year before or the year before that, with Border Country Outfitters. It's kind of the latter part of October, and we're heading up there to try to find some whitetails. I'm hoping to be able to get the rattles out and maybe get a little bit of action happening that way. Keith and Kevin came up during December when things were cold and snow covered and the focus was really on the food. So we've got a full day drive ahead of us. We've already been driving for a while, and you know, the drive is always beautiful up here, and I certainly have lots of excitement to see what's on the trail cameras. We're getting into camp tonight. We'll get up early in the morning, start checking trail cameras with Robin and see where the action is, and hopefully we'll be hunting soon. Can't wait.
The morning after Paul arrived at the Border Country Outfitters camp, co-owner Robin Ogden took the time to give him a breakdown of their many hunting areas. Paul first got a good understanding of the areas on the computer, which shows great detail and a larger picture of the surrounding areas, which can be very beneficial to understanding deer movements before heading out to check out some of the sites in person. During their tour of Robin's numerous feed sites, the guys set up multiple game cameras. After completing their tour, they took a moment to review some game camera photos from Robin's existing trail cameras.
This area has changed a lot. In the last 20 years, when I was a lot younger, it was all dairy farms and grass and alfalfa. And then as we've changed, and now we used to get frost, killing frost mid-August. Now it's not till end of September or into October.
Mid-August.
So now they can grow soybeans, they can grow corn, all the cash crops are something that they can do now.
Well, that makes sense, because that's what surprised me, I think, the most when I come and saw a field of corn still standing. I've never seen corn this far in the north before. Like that, so that astounded me. And the fact that you've got all of that cash crop with mixed hardwoods, like usually the north is just your, you know, your aspen or your poplar, your birch, and then all your spruce and pine. Whereas you guys, we've seen all kinds of different types of trees.
And like hunters look for that transition where they're coming from the heavy bush to a field edge. Well, we've got the transition where we're the prairies to the shield and everything's squished up here.
So that whole combination of, you got big woods, you've got agriculture, you've got great genetics, that's the secret to your success. That's why you guys do so well consistently year after year.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good one right there.
Now that is a trophy.
All right, we just got settled in for our first afternoon sit. Very excited. It's a really neat spot. We've got agriculture way out here. We've got this kind of this creek bottom, this lowland that you know, looks like it gets wet in the spring kind of thing, but it's all dry now. lots of trails weaving through it, and then it goes up into some higher ground with some thicker mixed cover, you know, deciduous and coniferous trees. So you've got a little bit of everything going on here. We're kind of expecting the deer to work their way out of this way to go out to the fields for tonight. So, you know, we'll settle in and see what happens. Hopefully we lay our eyes on something big tonight. Oh, there's up there. We've had a good start to our morning here. Doe and two fawns came in pretty much right as it was getting to be enough camera light. They're still out there just meandering around, feeding around. They're pretty edgy though. They're really like, they hear a blue jay, they hear anything, and they're staring everywhere. So I don't know if it's just a lot of wolves in this area or what, but nice start to the day.
Eventually, the skittish deer vacated the area, and as the sun got up and temperatures started to rise, Paul was audience to a great number of birds. Including some beautiful ruffed grouse.
Well, these 22 shells are not for deer. The weather today is just not great for deer. We sat all morning, saw a couple does. It just wasn't that productive with the warm temperatures we're having, these crazy high winds we're getting. So we decided, let's get out of the stand and let's go have some fun. Something else that Northwestern Ontario is super famous for is its incredible grouse hunting. This place is full of roughies. You'll even find some sharp-tails. We're gonna take advantage of some afternoon hours while the deer are probably sleeping, and we're gonna walk these trails and find some grouse. So it's a perfect habitat up here, old clear cuts that have regrown young browse with these grassy trails that these guys keep mowed. It's just perfect for grouse. So we're gonna see what we can find. Let's get hunting. Oh, there's one here. I love this. Beautiful. Beautiful bird. Oh, there's one right here. It's going. Oh, right here, right here. Walk in that log. Yes. Holy. Man, oh man, this is a ton of fun. Folks, you've got to try this. Oh, he's going. Oh, right here. Got him. That was threading the needle. Holy cow. That was one big male bird, and he just kept working away from us. He totally had our number, so I know the camera probably didn't get him, but it was worth a try. I gotta say, folks, the grouse hunting up here, unbelievable. We've only been out here for 15 minutes, got 3 birds down, and we aren't even using a dog. This is a good target practice. Trying to pick little tiny holes through these trees as these things walk through. This is a ton of fun. Another beautiful male. Beautiful. Just a gorgeous bird. There's so many around. They're such good eating. Definitely something people need to get out and do more often. You know, these hunts are so good for kids too. You come out here, you hunt deer morning and evening. You can come out and do a midday grouse if you want. Just a fantastic opportunity. So many of them around. I love it.
Over the next few days, Paul hunted hard during the mornings and evenings, but the warmer temps and windy conditions proved to be making it difficult for deer hunting. Paul was often encountering does and fawns, but the bucks were eluding him. One morning, he even had a rare encounter with a wolf.
Oh, it's a beauty. What a beautiful animal. Maybe that explains why the deer haven't been around today.
Paul's brothers have hunted here in the past, but later in the deer season, when deer, especially bucks, are more prone to move throughout the day, and both harvested some nice bucks.
You can tell you guys at Border Country Outfitters work hard to get your clients on deer, and it pays off.
Every year, Border Country Outfitters harvests a number of great mature bucks, and Paul knew coming up so early in the season was a gamble. But knowing the quality of the bucks in this area helped keep Paul excited to get out each time. And Paul was grateful to be so well taken care of back in camp by the whole Border Country Outfitters crew, who kept him well fed and in good company.
Well, it's our last day here at Border Country Outfitters. It's been a great week, fun week, great people. Just unfortunately the deer haven't been moving the way we would hope. But we've come into a spot here that they've got an absolute smasher on camera. It's a 6x6, super wide, just an absolute giant. Probably almost pushing 170 inches, or could be touching 170 inches. Just an incredible buck. Peak of the rut's a couple weeks away still, so it's not uncommon for these bucks to not be moving in daylight. But every day is going to get a little bit better. You just never know when it's going to start, so who knows? Maybe tonight will be our night.
Two does appeared at last light, but unfortunately, the big buck never showed himself.
Well, we're back home here in Ontario after a great fall of lots of travel. You know what, we're getting really close to Christmas, and I gotta say I have one big wish. I just wish I had more time to stick around at Border Country Outfitters just a little bit longer. You know, we were there a little bit early. We knew it was pre-rut, and you know, that can always be hit and miss. Sometimes it can work wonders, and sometimes just those deer just don't move. And that great big 6x6 that I'd been hunting that hadn't moved in daylight yet, sure enough, the week after we left, one of their lucky hunters connected with him. 8:30 in the morning or something like that, he stepped out. in broad daylight with a group of does. And you know, it's just the way hunting goes sometimes. You can definitely up your odds by hunting during those peak seasons, but hey, we had other places to be. We had another trip we had to get onto, and you know, we've had a great time all fall. As our fall travels wound down, it does afford us more time to hunt near home, and we always love that. There's nothing like hunting those places you've hunted your whole life and have so many memories with. So we've been doing a lot of that actually, and the trail cameras, we've been getting some good pictures of some really good bucks, and in fact, just a few days ago, we had one show up that we haven't seen all year. I think late season, you know, has kind of caused them to change patterns a little bit in core areas, and this buck moved in, and Kevin, he had a pretty incredible encounter with them. You know what, in fact, why don't we just show you that encounter right now?
This year. We believe he's only 3.5 years old, and he's got some potential for a great rack in the next year or two. Oh, buck right up right. Shoot her. I think we just got ourselves a mature Ontario buck. Man, oh man, when he first came out into the opening there, that right side of his just stood so tall. It's a big right side. I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna go pick up my little boy, and I think he'll be excited to come in here and track him with me. Look, buddy, there he is. Oh, get your hands on him. What do you think? Oh my goodness, bud. What's that? Holy jumpers, that's neat, eh? Do you like that? You do? Well, sounds good. Well, that was a pretty great night being able to be out there and do this close to home. He came in just at last light, as you've seen, and I think we had about 5 minutes left. But we're gonna be able to put our tag on this guy, eh, bud, and get him to the butcher's. You looking forward to eating a couple meals from him? Yeah? All right, well, let's get the tag on him, bud.
What a deer, eh? Sometimes the late season can produce surprises just like the rut can, and this was one of those times. That deformed antler is kind of an interesting one. Lots of times you'll hear guys say that, you know, oh, you need to shoot those ones and get them out of the gene pool and whatnot, when the reality is that deformity was caused by a damage to his pedicle. So his pedicle would grow back with that every time unless it was able to heal itself, and it wouldn't be passed on to his offspring. Has nothing to do with genetics. So great buck for Kev, congratulations. I'm still out there with a tag in my pocket though, wishing I could get back to Emo, but the season's closed up there right now. We still have a few days left here in Southern Ontario, and so I'm not gonna miss it. I'm gonna get out there and hope that there's still one out there for me. You know, folks, if you ever have a chance to come and enjoy one of these great adventures with these big Northwestern Ontario whitetails, you've got to do it. I'm your host, Paul Beasley from Canada Rough. Remember, enjoy the greatness of Canada and be proud of your hunting heritage.
Hey folks, hope you enjoyed that video. Please hit the like button, comment, as we'd love to know how you felt about it. And if you'd like more great Canadian adventures, please subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any new content coming out. And as always, our amazing outdoor adventures are shared on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Please come along for the adventure. We'd absolutely love to have you along for the ride.